Greetings senseless people and SurroundEdByFreaks, welcome back to Doki Doki Literature Club. Ready for more spooks? Last episode was rather interesting, other than creepy, because we unveiled some things that we should probably talk about. First of all, I was checking if any of these three girls was suspicious, because we still don't know who is that person that might have convinced Sayori to listen to the voices in her head. But I noticed that all three of these girls glitched out at some point in some dialogues. I was suspecting of Monica earlier because of what she might have said to Sayori, but then again I saw that even without Sayori in the game, we cannot romance Monica yet, and I was expecting actually to be able to romance Monica in the minigame of the poem writing. Also, dialogue started to glitch out, probably unveiling what the characters are thinking and not saying theoretically, what they were not saying during the first playthrough. And we found out that Natsuki has quite some problems with her dad that sounds quite violent. And so Natsuki has this kind of problems, Sayori had the problems that we knew. I would be surprised if Monica and Yuri would be totally fine. Also, at the end of last episode, you haven't been quiet enough, and so you woke up Natsuki from her adorable nap, and so black holes appeared everywhere on her face and in the dialogue box. But Monica quite rudely threw a protein bar to the ground, and Natsuki seemed to be forcefully eating it. It was rather creepy and disturbing, I must say, not that I wasn't expecting that. Don't worry, Dazo, she's fine. It just happens every now and then. Really? That she has black holes in her face? That's why I always keep a snack in my bag for her. Anyway, sure, that was totally normal. Why don't we all share poems now? Are we going back to the normal routine? It would be wise to leave Natsuki calm down a bit and eat her protein bar and share our poem with Monica. I should start with Monica. Yesterday she seemed eager to read my poem and I want her to know I'm putting in effort. Let's see. Hi Dazo. Having a good time so far? So and so. Yeah. Good. Glad to hear it. Apparently I am the only one, the player is the only one seeing these glitches, while our protagonist is totally oblivious to what is happening. Oh yes, Natsuki got black holes in her face. I was hearing some abomination of a sound in my ears, but that's totally fine. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I would be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off going with the flow until I'm more settled in. If this was true in the first playthrough, it's even more truer? Even more true? I don't know. Now! Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Ha 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 ha! Don't worry, Dazo. Sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. I like it, Dazo. Really? It's a lot cuter than I expected. Oh, jeez. No. It kind of makes me think of something Natsuki would write. Or it would make me think that you're still hiding in that closet. And she's a good writer, too. So take this as a compliment. No, that's me. Yes, that I manly laugh at you, Monica. If you say so. Yep. If you're interested in Natsuki, then always keep a snack on you. She'll cling to you like a puppy. That's weird. I mean, Natsuki is probably the thinniest of them all, so Natsuki's dad doesn't give her lunch money or leave her any food in the house, so she's in a fussy mood pretty often. That's quite the thing to share to someone. I mean, how would you know? Plus, it's not very kind to share these kind of things to other people. But sometimes she just loses all of her strength and shuts down. Like earlier. Oh, that's what you call shutting down? If you don't eat enough, you start having black holes and black blobs in your face. This is just a guess, but I think she's so small because her malnutrition interfering with her adolescent growth. That's creepily specific. But hey, some guys are into petite girls too, you know? Sorry, just trying to look at the bright side. Oh, that's the bright side. I'm not into petite girls anyway. I really like her personality and her hair. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Yes, let's keep talking as if nothing happened. Don't worry, I'm not very good. Don't be ridiculous, your poems were the best. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. I like how our protagonist doesn't even care about what she just said about Natsuki. Well, that's cause I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. But that's the one that we already read last time, so I thought that the poems would have changed. Instead, no. Hole in wall. But he wasn't looking at me. Confused, I frantically glanced at my surroundings. Ah no, it actually changed. This almost feels like the continuing of the first poem. But my bird eyes can no longer see color. Are there others in this room? Are they talking? Or are they simply poems on flat sheets of paper? The sound of frantic scrolling playing tricks on my ears. The room begins to crinkle, closing in on me. The air I breathe dissipates before it reaches my lungs. I panic. There must be a way out. It's right there. He's right there. Swallowing my fears, I brandish my pen. That's interesting. That's quite darker than the first poem that I really liked. I still remember that poem. The guy, because it's a he, looking through the hole in the wall, it's where she wants to go. It's where she wants to be free. And it almost looks like that she will be free by writing, because she says, I will overcome my fears, and I grab my pen. So, what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. Haha, it's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. I wonder if there was a secret message, but I'm too dumb to understand that. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind... Oh, I have a manly voice, shut up. What was the inspiration behind this one, woman? Yeah, I'm very credible. Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. Ah, yes, it's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that, because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. This is the same exact advice as in the first playthrough, so it's alright. Thanks for listening! And she flies away. Who should I show my poem to next? I mean, Yuri won't like my poem anyway. At this point, let's go with Natsuki. Hopefully she has calmed down, she has her tummy filled with a protein bar, and she won't feel neglected if I choose her. Let's go with Natsuki. Okay, well, let's start with the things I don't like. First of all, Natsuki rereads my poem. Never mind, I don't feel like giving you my opinion. I know I already played this part, but nah, still adorable. Then what's the point of sharing it in the first place? I wrote this when I could have been doing other things. In fact, I remember how I said I wanted to read your poems. That's what I had in mind when writing this. I want to help you feel comfortable enough to share yours, like Monica said. Well, I would be more comfortable sharing my poem if yours was really bad. You were supposed to show me some dumb poem and make me go, ha! Well, it's not that great. Let me show you how the real literature looks like. And you went and ruined it. I hope you're happy. I almost feel sorry. Even if this should be kinda common with someone as tsundere as Natsuki. So in other words, you're saying you liked it. Natsuki's retort gets caught in her throat. You don't understand anything, do you? I already told you that. You don't have to go announcing it to the world like you're all self-important. Pretty sure you never actually said that. I say that mostly to myself. Natsuki must really hate me or something. Or she's a big tsundere. Reading so many mangas, you should be quite accustomed to that. I can figure out if it's a win or a loss that she liked my poem. In any case, you still need to show me yours, right? Fine, I guess. Only because Monica will make me if I don't. That's the same poem, yes. That's the same poem as the first playthrough. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. I love it. It's my favorite Natsuki. Yeah! I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly! I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's actually true. That's what it means to be a pro! And glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, guess not. I decided to humor her with the last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Good! If I have to be honest, I'm almost surprised that everything went fine with Natsuki. I was expecting some more, monstrous glitch or something like that. Well, it's still early to say that nothing bad happened. Yuri! I'm sorry. I know you don't like it. Yuri stares at the poem. A minute passes, more than enough time for her to finish reading. Sorry, I forgot to start speaking. It's fine, don't force yourself. I'm not. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay. This is your first time writing a poem, right? Yeah. Why do you ask? I'm just making sure. I guess that it might be after reading through it. Ah, so it's that bad? No! Did I just raise my voice? Suspicious! Just kidding. I'm so sorry. Yuri buries his face in her hands. I couldn't help but notice that it's been several minutes and we really haven't gotten anywhere. It might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. It's fine, I really didn't notice. What were you saying? Right. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick up a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased though. Forgive me, I have no idea how to read that.
Biased.
Biased? How? Well, never mind. I like her face here. I don't know why, but I find it funny. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri's apologized to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do! Ah, that's very cute. I don't dislike any one of these girls, because even if they're not my type, they're all cute and adorable and nice to me. So obviously, I'd love to share my thought process behind it. I'll do my best. Yuri smiles dreamily, as if that's a rare opportunity for her. Which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Well, we just started. Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green... what's that word? Line? I don't know. Of the future. I bathe, calmly breathing air of the present but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. Well, I probably... there's probably some meaning behind it, which I'm not getting. The only thing that I'm getting is a person scared of the future living in the past, putting it very simply. Which is something I can relate to, but there's probably something behind it, and I wasn't able to catch it in the first playthrough. I'm not able to catch it now. Great. I'm sorry I have such a terrible handwriting. But, I mean, last time I actually spent some time with the poem open. So I thought that she said that because it took me a lot of time to read it. This time it didn't. I can't read faster than this. You don't? What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. Not really! You're insulting me now, game, not you, Yuri. But I can't read faster than that. Ah, well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. Ah, that's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. Don't worry, otherwise I would take 1 year and a half to read with your terrible handwriting. Just kidding, Yuri, don't worry. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest, since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Uh-huh. Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, does it? Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. Obviously, if you'd say that to Yuri, she will be disappointed. You idiot! I'll elbow you in the face. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps, the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost. Lingering, yes, in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past. And soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I'm done, Yuri, I'm sorry. I hadn't even thought of that, because you're dumb. I at least got closer to the meaning. That's impressive. It's nothing, really. Well, it makes me happy that you think that. Just remember that it won't be long before you pick up on these things too. I'm glad that for once Yuri's smiling instead of being all, sad and shy as she was in the first playthrough. Maybe she was because I was writing the poems without ever choosing anything that would make the little Yuri sprite jump. That's maybe why, I wouldn't know. Yeah, maybe you're right. I guess I'll have to keep trying. I'm counting on you. Nice. The poem sharing went surprisingly well. The only weird thing was Monica saying those things about Natsuki. Also, if you hear, sometimes there is some parts of the music that is a bit corrupted. It's not very noticeable, especially in the video probably, but I notice it. Whew. I guess that's everyone. Or is it? Because someone is missing. I glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. Not really, I expected much worse, seeing what happened before. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Not really. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs, but it's normal. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into when you follow incredibly cute girls. Across the room, Monica is writing something in her notebook. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expression change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. Yes, because Natsuki cannot understand what Yuri is saying, while Yuri is like, oh, this little idiot, she can't even write anything. But they're both nice. What's with this language? Huh? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returned the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Ah, thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Just as in the first playthrough. Triggering. Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. Huh? You mean you have to try hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked something who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Monica liked it, and Doza did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions on my own. First of all, excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. Throw me some shade, I see. And Dozo liked my poem too, you know? He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Ah! I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri! Huh? That's not what I... You're just... Yuri stands up as well. Wrestling match! Ding ding ding! Maybe you're just jealous that Dozo appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. Ah! And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. I mean, Natsuki is rather savage, but Yuri seems calm and all, but she can be very savage as well, I see. Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as those started showing up! This line is amazing. Natsuki! Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you! Right. This doesn't involve you. And now mix it up. This doesn't involve you! Tiki, now. What is happening? The music is getting really fast. Taking out on your insecurities on others like that. You really act as young as you look, Natsuki. Oh, this is scaring me. I mean, she could have said, my boobs grew a size bigger while yours are still very flat, Natsuki. Don't, that's not what I'm suggesting. Me? Look who's talking! You wanna be edgy, bitch! That's rather mean. Edgy? Sorry that my lifestyle is too much for someone of your mental age to comprehend. See? Just saying that proves my point! Most people learn to get over themselves after they graduate middle school, you know? If you want to prove anything, then stop harassing others with your sickening attitude. You think you can counterbalance your toxic personality just by dressing and acting cute? Girls, I would tone it down a little bit. The only cute thing about you is how hard you try. Wow! Be careful or you might cut yourself on that edge, Yuri! Oh, my bad! You already do that, do you? Did you just accuse me of cutting myself? What the fuck is wrong with your head? Yeah, go on! Let us hear everything you really think. I'm sure he'll be head over heels for you after this. Suddenly Yuri turns towards me, as if she just noticed I was standing there. Dazu, she's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true! She started it! Obviously, I didn't make it in time to read what they just said. History. Yes, the corrupted text said the same thing that it was saying in the first playthrough, just that it was so fast that I couldn't see. There is a big difference though. There isn't Sayori in this timeline. Sayori is gone, so I cannot choose her. This time I actually have to choose between Natsuki and Yuri. I don't want to. They're both being very mean with each other. Can I click away? No. Monica, do something! I don't want to make one of them feel very bad and disappoint her so much. But, well, I guess... If you have to ask me, I'm really sorry, Yuri, but I have to pick Natsuki. She's the one that I'm romancing after all. Let's try again. They're just getting closer. Natsuki, I said you're right, but maybe I have to pick Yuri? Now you know what? Yeah, Natsuki's right. Yes, indeed. No, actually, I meant Yuri. Natsuki probably is right that... You know what? Yuri, no, maybe Natsuki... Natsuki, I can't even click Yuri anymore. Oh, hi, Monica.
Oh, hi, Mark.
What's up? That was scary. Yes, Monica, you're the president of this club. How about you take care of the situation without hopefully killing them? Huh? Why such a smiling face for... Hey, Dazu. Why don't we step outside for a little bit? I mean, the text is over here because she's covering it as if she stopped the game. Ah. Oh, okay. Sure. Sorry about that. They really shouldn't have tried to get you involved. It's probably better for us to stay out of this. We'll go back inside once they're done yelling. Ha ha ha, that's really not the time to laugh, Monica. Some president I am, right? I can't even confront my own club members properly. Yeah, I guess she isn't really that good with people in this sense. On the other hand, I guess I have to interpret her laugh as, a dismissive laugh, a self-ironic laugh. I just wish I was able to be a little more assertive sometimes. I have no idea what assertive means. I never learned how to read. But I never have it in me to put my foot down against others. Well, that's actually a good thing. Most of the times. You understand, right? Anyway, if this makes you want to spend less time with the others, then that's fine. That's a weird thing to say. I'd be happy to spend time with you instead. I mean, if the other two keep wrestling each other, maybe it wouldn't be such a bad idea. Suddenly Natsuki runs out of the classroom. Please, I don't want anything bad to happen to you. No, why so sad, Natsuki? Oh, she quickly runs away. Oh dear. Well, it looks like they're done. Did Yuri do this to you, Natsuki? Did Yuri this to you? It's time to smack a bitch up! Just kidding, to be honest, they were kind of both wrong, and I hurt my thumb. Ow. Smack my bitch up. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. Yuri is rocking back and forth in her desk with her palms on her forehead. Yuri? I didn't mean it. She probably said something really hurtful to Natsuki and she ran away crying. Yeah, but yeah, I believe her that she didn't mean it. Yeah, I believe you indeed. I have no idea what Yuri might have said to Natsuki, or did. Dazo, please don't hate me. Please. I'm not like this. There's something wrong with me today. It's fine, Yuri. The point is that there wasn't Sayori to interrupt this fight. It's almost as if Sayori was very good for these 3 girls, or maybe 2 girls. Well, no, 3 girls. Because she was very important also for Monica to be able to, communicate with the other 2 members and stop them from arguing. Well, she cannot do that. She's not suited to do that. And in the end, without Sayori, in this world without Sayori, Yuri and Natsuki keep arguing and they end up hurting each other, which is bad. And I guess that it almost makes me remember of these many movies and cartoons in which usually at Christmas Eve someone wonders, someone is alone and sad and wonders, almost desires to not ever be born or disappear completely because they think that the world doesn't need them, that everyone would be fine without them. And then there is the usual angel or ghost or whoever else that show them that the world and all the people that the person knows would be much worse and much more sad without the person. And I wish that could have been the same with Sayori. I wish we could have shown her how worse the world is without her. It's fine, Yuri. We know you didn't mean it. Besides, I'm sure Natsuki will forget all about it by tomorrow. Completely. That's quite a statement. Anyway, the meeting is over, so you can go home now if you want. Yuri looks at me like she wants to say something, but she keeps glancing at Monica. Maybe she wants to say something to me without Monica? You can go first, Monica. I'd like to stay a little bit longer. I'm the president, so I should be the last one out. I'll wait for you to be done. Well, I'm vice president, so please let me take that responsibility today. It kind of sounds like you don't want me around for something, Yuri. It's not that. It's not that. I didn't get much of a chance to discuss my book with Dazo. It's the first time that Monica seems rather upset. I don't recall to have seen the Monica drawing, the Monica sprite like that. It would be just embarrassing with you listening. I guess I don't really have a choice, do I? I'm sorry for causing trouble, but I really What in the world just happened? The game glitched. Let me see the history. What did it say? I really appreciate you understand. And she didn't even finish the sentence. We were supposed to be left alone with Yuri. Well, first of all, we didn't even see how Natsuki was doing. Damn it, I wish I could have gone to see where Natsuki was going and talk to her. Now I'm scared. I really hope Yuri didn't say anything that bad to Natsuki that, you know, she would do something to herself. Even if Yuri really didn't mean it, it for sure hurt Natsuki. I don't think that we were supposed to discuss the book with Yuri. I think she just was finding an excuse because she wanted to talk to us without Monika. I don't know about what, I don't know why, but then it again glitched out and totally skipped over that part, and we are now at home writing the poem. I mean, Monika seemed rather angry. Did she control the game and skip that part because she was angry and didn't want Yuri to talk with us? Then again, I would believe that if Monika was behind all of this, we would have seen the sprite of Monika here. Anyway, let's do this minigame and then end this episode. I would say color. And then friends. Obviously, I'm going to romance Natsuki once again, but I want to give one to Yuri as well, so hopefully she won't... there we go. I will make her sprite jump a bit. She won't be too sad tomorrow, hopefully. Puppy! And then jump. And then I will say lollipop. And then feather. How about smile? Fun. Bed. Sunset. Cute. Then I will say kitty. And flower. How about charm? Then imagination. Oh, that's for Yuri, it's fine. Then I would say marshmallow. And I just thought of one thing. Let's finish this first. Skirt. Then landscape. That's for Yuri, it's okay. Jumpy. We've done. Another day passes and it's time for the club meeting already. I just thought of one thing. Do you remember the file that we read the last episode? And also the episode before, that was talking about the inner demons, the inner problems of each person. Yesterday we saw that in the end there was another verse added saying that I just untied the knot, which I suspected was written by either Sayori or the person who is behind all of this, maybe the developer of the game. Am I right, developer? Am I right? It was describing, it was giving 3 examples of mental illnesses, mental problems at least. One being the lack of motivation and depression that I linked to Sayori. The other 2 was drowning yourself in comfort food and self-harming. In this episode, we totally saw that self-harming is something that, if Natsuki is telling the truth, it's something that Yuri is doing. And it would make sense, I actually believe that, because I would be really surprised, as I said, if Yuri didn't have any problem. And Monika as well, if you saw that. Comfort food, the first thing that I thought was obesity. Then again, it could also be anorexia or malnutrition, which is probably similar. Which, according to Monika, is something that Natsuki has, even if doesn't sound like something she chooses to, but something that depends from her dad treating her badly, and for that, oh, I hope we will get... Do you hear my knuckles? Aha! Do you know the way, my dear Natsuki's dad? Oh, we're going to smack some bitch up once again. But drowning yourself, not literally, obviously, in comfort food, makes me remind of Natsuki's cupcakes. And that's why when I saw marshmallow, I automatically thought that Natsuki likes sweets, even if also Sayori liked sweets. We never knew anything about Sayori cutting herself. They might all 3 be about Sayori, just like they might be all 3 about the 3 members of the club, except Monika. Was that file written by Monika? Or was it written by Sayori or someone else? Another file is up. Another file is up. I suppose I'll end the recording of the game now, since anyway I was about to end this episode. Let's take a look at the file and then I will end this episode. You see what changed? This time we have e.txt. Let's see. I hate this. I can't do anything. Nothing. No matter how many times you play, it's all the same. It would really easy to kill myself right now. But that would mean I don't get to talk to you anymore. All I want is for you to hate them. Why is it so hard? We already read this. Basically, probably these files were added because, after all, the hints that I found searching for in the game files were hidden among lines and lines of gibberish programming language. So I suppose that's an easier way to find out. Anyway, I'm surrounded by freaks. Hope you liked it. This is getting really interesting. I'm glad it's not like everything went to shit immediately and everyone died. And I hope it will keep not being that way and being just creepy. And hopefully we will find a way to save Sayori. Anyway, hope you liked it. SurroundEdByFreaks. This is all. See you next time. Bye bye.